the most critical thing, it applies to any procedure that we do in our practice, right? Whether it's implants, whether it's even just general dentistry, right? Even perio maintenance. But for sure, for aligners, at the end of the day, it's about verbiage, and it's about the consistency of messaging, that everybody in the office is speaking the same language. I mean, it applies to marketing too, right? What patients experience when you externally market, that experience needs to be reflected at every touch when they walk into your office, because if they don't experience that, they don't feel that, what happens, right? Well, one is not the other, and so they're unlikely to continue with you. But, you know, the team journey is so important. That's why it's so important to have them all on the same page, everybody in the same bus together, all speaking the same language. We've had programs where we've actually had, and this is certainly our philosophy, which is where we have doctors and team in the same room. And then we do break, and it's great. But then when you do the breakouts and you ask them, so, you know, the doctors, you say, so docs, what's the problem to implementation? What's the problem to the lack of success? Like, you're not doing as many cases as you probably should do, when we recognize that, you know, 6 to 7 out of every 10 patients could be a candidate for aligners and orthodontics. And malocclusions make up 80% of the world's population. And you seem to not be doing a ton. So, oh, well, you know, it's my staff. They haven't bought in, and they you know, they're not confident, and, you know, they don't support me. And
they were not part of the journey.
The 45 hygienists, assistants, and treatment coordinators were in a different room because we broke out. And the person who was handling them asked the team the same question. And you know what they said? They said, it's the doctors. They don't support us, and we don't know how to sell it.
But I think it is the opportunity of coming in as a course as a whole, right? Yeah. There were around maybe 6 years ago, and we had around 180 attendees, and it was exactly that, doctors and teams. And we were forced to merge them together. And one thing that was the most amazing thing was that connection. They all were going through the journey together. They were actually coming with protocols and negotiating who would be doing what. So it was such a great energy in the room. Then they actually learned and came up with a plan. And then I noticed that that group of cohort of education actually went and start with 5 to 10 aligners a month from the moment they took the course. So it is important to have that. It's important to also not just bring in your clinical team,
right,
but your administration.
100%.